Welcome to Neilson Boxing. I'm here with Tommy Jacobs. How are you, Tommy?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
No problem at all. We're here to talk about Friday. I've seen by your social media, a lot of people thought it wouldn't happen, but we're here.
Yep, we are here, and thankfully it is happening.
How are you feeling about this fight? Obviously, a lot of people don't roll the dice that early in this career, but I know yours is a bit of a different story.
Yeah, Joe, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Irrespective of Billy or this fight in general, these are the kind of fights that I've always wanted. I don't want to be boxing journeyman and having learning fights. Do you know what I mean? I've been around the game far too long to bother with that. I want 50-50 real fights. The last fight I was matched in was the same, and every every fight that I've been put forward for, I've always asked to be matched properly. Like I don't want to be matched against someone I know I'm going to beat, because what on earth is the point in that? So my manager, Mo Pryor, I've said to him, any fights you get me, like overmatch me, put me in with someone who's either ranked above me or got something that I can gain from boxing them. I've had quite a few people. I had one the other day. A lad got mentioned on Twitter, and they was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be great to see Tommy versus blah blah blah?" And fair play to the geezer. He's boxed some very good people. But all due respect to him, he's like, I've got two fights on BoxRec, and he's ranked below me. So what am I going to gain out of that? Like nothing. Like another win. But what on earth will be the point? Like I want to beat real fighters. I don't want to be in there and give me fights I know I'm going to win.
No, I get you, Tommy. I think we had Obi Agbaniki and Jordan Dujon on the last card. And I think, with fights like that, the winner gains a lot, even the loser gains. You still gain a lot more than you do rolling over journeyman.
Oh, 100%.
So what's your plan for this year then, Tommy? All things going well on Friday.
Um, I want to be as busy as possible. Um, I know Neilson Boxing and Warren Boxing Management talked about having a few more dates on Box Nation, and they've already said that I'm going to be back on them dates, which I've relished the thought of that. That's going to be amazing. My manager said he's got a lot of dates. I want to be out as often as possible. In an ideal world, I'd like to be out sort of every 6 weeks. I know that it can't always run like that, and even like so, I've had 6 fights in a row cancelled, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we didn't think this fight was going to happen because of all the ones that have been cancelled." But yeah, the only reason they've been cancelled because I've been trying my hardest to get on every bloody show I can get on. Unfortunately, because of the whole pandemic and all that and all the restrictions, a lot of shows got cancelled. But I've only had that many cancelled because I put myself for that many shows. If I'd have done what everyone else done and just sat there and waited for it all to blow over, then I wouldn't have had all the cancellations. But I just want to be as busy as possible. I've got a lot of catching up to do, so I need to get out there and start making a name for myself and climbing up them rankings.
Talk about catching up. Do you just want to explain to anybody maybe your background as an amateur? I know I've actually seen you fight live at a sort of semi-pro white collar level before.
Yeah. So I was an half decent amateur. I had 60 odd bouts. I won a few national titles. Boxed for England, captained England. I was a very decent international amateur. Um, I was very good. I could have went on and done very well if I would have stayed amateur. I got a couple of dodgy decisions and a couple of setbacks that sort of put me off the sport for a while, and I ended up getting in trouble with the police. and I went to prison. I got a long time in prison. I served my sentence. I come out and wanted. Obviously, boxing's all I know. It's all, as you can see. I'm in my gym now. I've just finished taking a couple of classes tonight. Like boxing is all I do. So as soon as I got out of Nick, I wanted to jump straight back in there and turn over straight away. Um, but due to me being on probation on my prison sentence, the British Boxing Board of Control wouldn't let me, wouldn't grant me a license. So I had to get another license with the MBC, the Motor Boxing Commission, which my first few fights were. Well, my first two fights were. My first one, which is on BoxRec, and my second one, which was on BoxRec originally, but basically what happened is they let a fella George Hilliard box on the show, and he knocked out, I think it was a Latvian or someone like that, that had been knocked out very recently before that. So he was on a 28-day suspension, but the NBC still let him box. So they lost their professional status. They lost the whole box rec thing. They changed their name to BBAR, the British and Irish Boxing Association Authority, or whatever it is. And they carried on there. And I continued to box on there just so I could stay within the sport. And yeah, just waiting till that day when I could finally get my proper professional license. So yeah, I've lost that sort of 12 years of my career, due to my own fault. But 6 years of them could have been continued if it wasn't for certain rules, etc.
So obviously a lot to lose out on, but you're here now. We're only in April, potentially a big year ahead of you. Do you see
Yeah.
titles in front of you this year?
Do you know what? I said it the other day at the press conference, and yeah, of course I see titles, and I do see them pretty lively as well. However, I've got a job at hand Friday night. I've got I've got someone standing in front of me that's going to try and take my head off. So I'm not looking beyond Billy, and I won't look beyond Billy. I've been offered other fights for after this on about two or three different promotions, and I've had to say, look, wait, I've got something in hand first. Like I've already got a fight. Oh yeah, but once you win that, do you want to come and box on this show? And once you do that, and I'm like, well, it's listen, I've got a fight I need to concentrate on. There's no sure things in boxing, so I need to get the job done Friday, and then we'll start looking at things. Like I say, all I will say, because it's not derogatory towards my opponent or the sport, is I want to be as busy as possible. So I want to get out as often as I possibly can.
I can only respect that, and it sounds like we've got two title fights on the card, but it sounds like this is really a 50-50 and a real pick 'em between everyone. So, hats off to you for taking this fight so early. Same for Billy, and may the best man win.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Thank you very much. And yeah, and like I say, that they're the kind of fights I want. I want fights where it's going to divide people. Like they're the kind of fights that people want to see. Like I've been so many small hall shows, and the red corner wins every single fight, and you wouldn't even have to look. You just know what corner's going to win every single time. Whatever one's got the loudest crowd is always going to be the winner because it's the home fighter versus the journeyman, and it gets boring. It gets it's boring. Not like I can't I can't turn around to people and say, right, come and buy tickets of me to watch me beat someone who's lost his last 100 in a row and isn't going to give me any trouble at all. I'd feel like a fraud. Um, Don't get me wrong, there is a place for that, of course. The young fighters who have got a bit of learning on the job to do, then yeah, by all means, brilliant. But I'm too old to bother with all that. If I don't, if I have to learn on the job at this stage, then I might as well quit now because if I don't know what I need to know about this sport, because believe me, I know it inside out, then then I'm in the wrong game.
No, 100%. I get that. Lastly, Tommy, anybody you want to shout out before we go?
Yeah, I just want to give them a massive shout out to my sponsors because like, I think things have been extremely tough for me with COVID, everything else that's going on. Yeah, so without them, none of this would be possible at all. So, Kendall Facility Management, All In Access Scaffolding, Pay Weekly Flooring, they're my three main sponsors, and without them, I wouldn't even be sitting here at the moment. I don't know what I'd be able to do without them. And a shout out to Burgers, Wings and Ribs and Adam Mail Gas Services as well, who've helped me along the way. Because without that support, you know, it's just, it'd be impossible to win this sport. This sport's far too expensive. People don't realise what the sport's like. Like, selling tickets is an absolute nightmare. So every single person that's bought a ticket, massive thank you. Like, they don't realise what it actually means. It's a bit of a hard situation, this one, because I've had so many cancelled in a row that people, even till today, I've got people commenting on socials saying, "Oh yeah, I still don't think the fight's going to happen." And so for that reason, like, less people are buying tickets, and then you go, "Oh, it's on Box Nation." I go, "All right, brilliant. I'll watch it at home," because they've got no faith in the show going ahead. Not due to my fault, not due to the promoter's fault, but due to the times we've been living in and the amount of shows that have been cancelled. But thankfully, this one's all good. So we'll get Friday out of the way, and then we're going to push forward and have a massive year.
Brilliant. Well, yeah, I can definitely confirm Friday's definitely going ahead for anybody. Pick up your tickets from Tommy. Tommy, I will see you Friday fight night.
Lovely. Thank you, Jared. Much appreciated.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.